With the ending of our exhibition season, we have a veteran team practice. When you got to go 40 days before you play a game that counts, it can get tough when you're young and you want all those days. But when you have a team like we have, it's hard, and it's hard for them to come. So getting a third game this year was really good for us, and I thought we played great. I thought we made a really good team look very average tonight. That's a very good Davenport team. Wayne State beat a team in our league, and that's the same league that Davenport's in. And I would tell you, I think Davenport's an equal to Wayne State. And yet, we took care of the things the way we're supposed to take care of them. We guarded extremely well. We protected the rim. We pressured the ball. We shot through passing lanes. We converted at the other end with their mistakes. At one point we had 70-some points and we'd only taken 40-some shots. At halftime we had 21 baskets and we had 15 assists. We turned down good shots to get better shots. We just played like a veteran team that's got the expectations that this team has. So very, very pleased with tonight. They ended the exhibition season. Now we've got off day tomorrow and 2 days to get ready for the real thing.
All right, let's start out with questions for the student athletes first.
Kendrick, after 3 exhibition games, what have you learned about this version of the 2017-2018 team?
I learned that we have a lot of depth. We can rely on multiple guys to do things, and like when one guy's not going, we definitely have others to pick that guy up.
Kendrick, how have you transformed the Oakland offense in your submission?
I don't think I transformed it. I think I just played into it. I'm a good player that plays into Oakland offense very well.
James, you're a couple of exhibition games into your college career. What's your thoughts on the college game so far?
It's a very different game, very more fast-paced, but I feel like I gelled in pretty nice with it by just having a lot of effort, being aggressive, and just playing my role out there.
Kendrick, do you feel more comfortable playing the point guard or the shooting guard, or what do you think would be your more natural position?
I wouldn't say I have a natural position. I'm just a playmaker. If I can play the one or the two, I'm just a player that makes plays. Whichever position coach can put me at, I think I would do good at it.
Scoring points is always a good thing, but is there going to be enough shots to kind of go around with so many scorers on this team? I mean, do you feel like there's not going to be that selfishness? Like, can everyone get their shots?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're a team that thrives on unselfishness. Start with me. Knowing I get a lot of shots, I'm willing to give the ball up and make plays for my other teammates.
So 0 free throws attempted tonight. Are you going to try to attack more when the season starts, or just stick to the outside game?
I mean, if that's what the defense is going to give me, then I'll take it.
James, what do you feel like your role is going to be with so much depth and talent on this team? I mean, do you feel like you can be a major contributor even this season?
Yeah, I think my role this year is just when I get in the game, just stay on the boards, just go out there and give it all I got, all the effort, hustle plays, dive on the floor, all that.
Kendrick, is there anything that surprised you about the way the team is working together this year as opposed to last year?
I think guys are more buying in to the system and what we're trying to do. We laid down our goals at the beginning of the year, and all summer we stuck with it. So I think guys are more in tune to what we're trying to do and trying to achieve our goals.
Coach Kampe, reason for Jalen Hayes not
I'll
starting?
answer when they leave. I'll answer anything. I'll stay all night if you want. Perfect.
Kendrick, do you see yourself taking a leadership role as the season progresses?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I take the leadership role. I'm very vocal with my teammates. I take criticism and I give criticism to players that need it. So I think the leadership role is something that I do.
How do you see your leadership role developing this year?
It's definitely developed because guys look at me as an example, and I lead by example, and I also try to get vocal as possible.
questions for the student athletes? All right, thanks, guys.
Coach Kampe, Jalen Hayes, he didn't get the start tonight. What's the reason behind that?
Are you aware he can't play the first 4 games?
We are aware of
Yeah,
that.
that's why. Because we play a real game in 5 days. I started him in the Central Michigan game, and then the last 2 exhibition games, I'm trying to get back ready. You know, freshman as many minutes as I can get so that he's ready to go Friday night against Fort Wayne. You know, Jalen, when he comes back, is gonna play 33 minutes a game. I mean, he's, many people, not all, but many people picked him as the preseason player of the year in our conference. He's been all league for many years. He's one of the greats to ever play at Oakland, and he'll get his minutes. We've got to be prepared for those first 4 games.
Coach Camp, how do you plan to work around the suspension with Hayes, and what players maybe play more minutes?
Well, I think in those 4 games, it'll depend on matchups. All 4 teams are a little bit different. Beck will start Friday night. I think he's earned it with the way he's played in these exhibition games, but that doesn't mean he'll start on Monday. It'll be, you know, we could go small with Cumberland, we could go with Palambizio, we could go with 2 bigs, we could go with Julius and Isaiah. So there's a lot of options that we have, and we'll see as we prep for the game what we'll do. But you know, it's disappointing. We're upset about it, but there's nothing we can do. And in all honesty, other than preseason rankings and RPI, those 4 games are just, you know, games you want to win. But in the big scheme of things, you know, we've got to be prepared for conference play, and Jalen will be back well in time to get us ready for that.
A couple of non-traditional starters tonight. Do you see yourself going deep into the bench this year?
You know, we had 3 exhibition games, and I got everybody a start. I got to see every player play meaningful minutes. When you're as good as our team is, the exhibition games are going to get blown open. And so I wanted to see everybody in meaningful minutes. So that's why I did this. Do I see us going deep into our bench? No. And it's not because we're not talented. I think we proved tonight. I mean, look who we started. And a couple of those guys are going to see very few minutes. And the reason that I won't go deep into my bench is traditionally I'm not a guy that does that. And I got Kendrick Nunn, who I think could be a lottery pick. I've got Martez Walker, who could be a 2nd-round pick. I got Jalen Hayes, who I doubt he's going to be drafted because of what positions he's going to play at that level, but he's going to be somebody that as soon as the draft's over, he's going to get phone calls to come to camp. I've got Nick Daniels, a 5th-year senior who has got to play. I got Isaiah Brock, who has to be on the floor. Those guys are going to play. When you got players like that, you play them, and they're going to play. And that's just how, you know, your best players play. That what you want is what I have. If there's an injury, if there's a suspension, if there's whatever, we can backfill with really good players. And so, you know, we're gonna redshirt Xavier. And we're going to redshirt Xavier because I don't want to waste a year of his ability for 5 to 7 minutes a game, because that's all he's going to get. He'll play a bunch in the first 4 games, but the rest of the season, Jalen Hayes is going to play 30 to 33 minutes a game. And when you have the rim protectors that we have, you're not going to put Xavier at the 5. There may be a couple games, but, you know, so he's going to average 7. Why would you waste a talent like that for 7 minutes when I got guys like Beck and Palmer and that can make up for those minutes? So you have to look at, you know, I said this the other day, we got a kid named Stan Scott. I think Stan Scott anywhere else in the league would be a guy that plays 30 minutes a game. He's not going. He may not play at all here. He may be redshirt. I don't know what I'm going to do with him yet, but he and Beck could both be freshmen of the year. In other places, they would be getting tons of minutes. They're not going to here, but they're our future. You know, we're going to be sitting in here 3 years from now, and we're going to be talking about freshmen. I'm going to be saying, well, this freshman's really good, but he's not going to play in front of James Beck. You know, that's just, when you have a program that traditionally wins, and you know, I mean, we've been really good for a decade or so now. You rotate players in and out, and they earn their minutes, and that's how you keep a program going. You can't have great players and nobody on the bench, because when they graduate next year, we won't be any good. You've got to have good players that aren't, you know, they have to earn minutes.
Coach, are you a little surprised at the versatility of James Beck? I mean, I know you recruit him and everything like that.
No. I mean, he's got to start making his free throws. So I mean, a 3 for 9 is it's not good. That's the only, he's got to get stronger. But if you remember, Jalen Hayes was a freshman. We sat here and said he's got to make his free throws and he's got to get stronger and he's got to, it's the maturation process. He's got to get bigger and stronger. He's wonderfully talented. I mean, he's really, really good. But he'd had 20 points tonight if he'd made his free throws. And, that's saying something on this team with this many scores and for a freshman to come in and have 14. And how many minutes did he play? 22 minutes. That's great production. He had 7 rebounds. Kendrick Nunn had 28 and 17 minutes. So we've got guys that can produce.
You mentioned in previous talks that you've had concerns at the point guard position, the position that worries you. After 3 exhibition games, still worried, less worried, or more concerned regarding the position at point guard?
I'm not more worried. I think Braylon's played very well. He's got to keep doing that. He's got to continually prove that he can make the jump shot. Tonight he didn't. He took one shot maybe. Yeah, he made a 3. So that's what we really need from him. If they don't guard him and they back off him, he's got to step up and make shots. So he's done that in the preseason. Let's see if he does it during the season. I thought he was a little careless with the ball. I think when you can score like we do, you want to get fancy sometimes. And I'm going to be on him. I'm going to be hard on him. Because I need him to be great. When he's out of the game, I think that we have enough guys that can man the point. Kendrick can have the ball in his hands, Nick can have the ball in his hands, Cumberland can have the ball in his hands. So I think we're fine, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to worry about it.